world. Welcome back to the award-winning talk show.
Yes, we won that award
Yes.
thanks to you guys, everyone that voted for us.
Yes.
Listen, even my dad, his friends, when I went to Ghana, everyone was like, Yazzie, I voted. I was like, yeah, thanks to you guys, we won. Woo! I was so excited.
All right, you are
deserved.
tuning to the ABS show. The last few weeks ago, we left you guys. So let me introduce myself again. My name is Charlie Dior.
Yazzie.
I am Glitterati.
And I'm the Manny Man.
Yes, and Odera is not with us anymore. We have a new co-host. Super excited. Everybody, welcome Glitterati.
So much life, so much life.
We are so excited to have you on board. So tell us a little bit about yourself and how you ended up here on the ABS show.
I've always had a passion for media, what's going on in the news, what's on the helm of trending topics. Of course, I love African diaspora. That's always been my passion. So I literally had to take all my time to research it. So this was a perfect fit for me with all of the amazing work you guys have already done with, tackling diaspora. So I wanted to be a part of this movement completely. And I am also the Afrobeats queen with a Q. And I have a passion for everything that is the sound and rhythms of Africa.
Thank you.
I think she fits in perfectly with us.
Right.
I remember I met you 7, 8 years ago,
Yeah.
a long time ago, and she was hosting this African event. It's just so random we're meeting again. So I think you fit in perfect here. I'm excited to have you on board, and I know you're gonna bring all the glitter and all the shaz and all the glitterati.
I love glitter.
I like
All right,
that.
so this is what I want us to do today. So where are you from?
Me?
Yes.
Okay, so I have a mix. I'm from all parts of Africa. Nigeria, Ghana, and Niger. I know Niger, you don't hear that a lot, right?
Yeah.
Niger. So I have a little bit of the Francophone, English speaking, a meld of everything, so I give you that sauce.
Yeah,
So
You're
it's a
from
complete
three
circle.
countries. Was it a threesome? What's going
I
on?
am now. It was a mix and match.
So it's a complete circle. We have Francophone, Anglophone, and Pidgin phone.
Okay,
Yeah.
Nigeria.
All right, so let's
Right.
dig into this week's topic. What I wanted us to do is, since we've not been in the studio for a couple of weeks ago, a lot went on social media.
Absolutely.
A whole lot of hot
Absolutely.
topics. So let's dig in. So this week, we are going to be catching up on all the hot, juicy topics that went on for the past 2 months. I am super excited because a lot went on. So are you ready? Let's do this.
Let's do this.
All right.
All right.
Let's knock it out.
Let's go.
So, social media went wild after Ice Prince called on the African Union to merge Ghana and Nigeria together as one country.
You lie.
I
Yes.
like that. I like that.
So, did you guys hear the story?
Why?
So, this is what happened. So, he took to Twitter. Those of you who don't know who Ice Prince is, Ice Prince is a Nigerian rapper. Ole cool.
Tell me
Yeah, that
something
song.
where I
Him.
don't feel.
So this is what he tweeted. He said, "Dear African Union, please take my advice. It's time to make Nigeria and Ghana one country for real." And he
love
also
it.
went on to give it a name called Niger.
What?
Yes.
Okay,
It doesn't
okay.
even
Okay.
sound
That
good.
doesn't even sound right,
Hold
but
on.
okay. Okay.
Are you
So
done,
what?
Charlie?
Yeah. So what do
Are
you guys
you
think
done?
about this?
I saw
have-
this, and when I saw this nonsense, I literally, I was so appalled and so shocked that someone who is supposed to be so intelligent would even make such a statement like that.
What does
And
that
the reason
mean?
why I
Wait,
think
wait,
that is not a
wait.
good idea isn't Nigeria fighting itself already? Aren't you guys fighting each other, the Fulani and the
So what
president?
has that got to do with merging?
There are
What's the
so
problem?
many issues in Nigeria that already has not been solved. Why doesn't Nigeria's focus build Nigeria, fix those issues, unite the two parts that are fighting each other before you think of bringing a third part to bring more problems?
you have
It
a
makes
point.
no sense. I get it. I love my Nigerian cousins. You guys are my cousins. I have a lot of Nigerian friends. Nigeria is a beautiful place, beautiful, intelligent people. But I really do not think this is a good idea at all for the simple fact that Nigeria as a country itself is not even getting along with itself. We've spoken about several issues that are going on in Nigeria here, from the oil plant that's being built, that they are bringing workers from a whole different continent to come and work there when Nigerians need work. And then you
do
guys
that in
want to
Ghana
come and
too.
add our Ghana problems. I
Wait, what
beg.
did you say?
They're doing that in Ghana
They
too.
do-
They
they
have
do one
workers.
Ghana.
They
Okay,
do it in the
but that's-
whole world. It's not
yeah,
just
so it's
Ghana.
not
Okay,
just
but that's the
Nigeria.
problem that
It's
I'm
called
saying.
technical
But
know-how.
that's the
So let's-
problem
let
that
her
I'm
finish
saying.
because I have to chime in on this one.
But I
Yeah.
didn't finish. That's what I'm saying. Even in Ghana, we don't even have light. You go to some areas in Ghana and there's no light, and they
What?
spend a
Do you
whole
have
lot
lights?
of money. They spend a whole lot of money on an airport, and we don't even have light. So why are we uniting two nations that have such major problems that our presidents can't figure out?
So what, you think it's a good idea for
I
us
think
to
it's an
merge
amazing
together?
because
Why?
Nigeria and Ghana were together before they separated us like cake. Before the European Union got involved in separating us in the 30s, Nigeria and Ghana is one country.
And even Ivory
Benin,
Coast.
all of
Ivory
us,
Coast, yeah.
we're all one sex. So we are the same people. Most of the African Americans are made up from us, right? Ghanaians, Nigerians,
Yeah.
and all of that. So I know that there's issues in different countries, right? We know that's happening. But can't we work together?
No.
With hey,
No,
why?
we can't.
Why?
Let her finish.
Why?
No,
Let her
we can't.
finish.
Why?
Let her
Let
finish.
me finish.
Let her
Because
finish.
listen, it's like this. You want us to get into a relationship with you guys, right? But we cannot accept all that baggage. And I agree with my beautiful
don't think you
Yazzie.
have baggage in
We
Ghana?
do have
We
baggage,
do,
but
but
I
you
cannot
don't
take
think
your
you have
baggage
baggage
to
to
add on to our baggage.
Wait,
Same with
everybody
the-
has a
same with the-
baggage.
with the
Can I
research
say
that
something?
did, Nigeria is not even top 100 with some of the good things that is happening.
Hey.
You guys are 127th on road quality. Your airport sucks. It's 125th. Electricity supply 136.
Oh, you did do your research.
I
You're
did my
digging.
research,
You're
honey.
digging. But
We
Ghanaians
don't
are still in
want all of
Nigeria
that
looking for
baggage.
work.
Hey, I
But
beg, my
Ghanaians
sister,
are still in
why
Nigeria
are you
looking
guys
for work.
educated? Why are you guys
Wait,
educating all
who's
your
looking-
kids in our
wait, who's
bodies?
looking for
Ghanaians
work?
are
That's
Nigeria.
not true.
All the
You said that
prominent
some time ago.
Nigerians,
That's
all
not
the
true.
prominent Nigerians are
That's
sending
not
their kids
true.
to school in Ghana
No.
because
Lie.
your kid is not
Lies.
even safe in a school
Lie.
in Nigeria.
Lie.
You have to
Amen.
worry about somebody
Lie.
coming to kidnap your kid.
I need that research.
Even you,
Lie.
did you
I
go to
need
school in
that
South
research.
Africa?
Yes,
Did you
I
go
went to school in South
so
Africa.
why didn't you go to school in
but
Nigeria?
I didn't start
But
my
why
schooling
didn't-
in South
Okay, but
Africa.
why
I
didn't-
went there for masters.
Exactly.
I already got
if
my
Nigeria
education
is
in
so
Nigeria.
amazing, why didn't you
Listen,
do your masters in
Because you're allowed to.
Nigeria?
You're
because
allowed
to
to
feel,
explore.
listen, you're allowed to explore.
You're allowed to
I'm-
explore when it
listen,
comes to education.
I love adventure.
Okay.
Not everybody likes to travel. I like to travel, so that is different. Nigerian breeded Nigerian
That's not what you said
graduates.
behind
Listen,
the scenes,
Nigerian
but I won't say
graduates.
what you said behind the scenes.
Come on, there,
okay?
which behind the scenes.
I'll
Nigerian
protect you
graduates.
against your fellow
Nigerian
Nigerians.
graduates that finished in Nigeria
And can't
are
even find
exploring.
work.
Listen, are exploring internationally more than every other African graduate in any African country because
And go
of the
further.
system of learning, because of the condition with which they study. We memorize, we understand, we don't copy. You guys
are
copy a
intelligent.
lot.
No, you know,
Copying.
let me tell you something.
Ghanaians, you guys
let me-
always copy
hold
what
on,
Nigerians
let
are
me say
doing.
this. Let me say
You
this.
copy our
Let me
music,
say this.
you copy our
What's the
entertainment,
most trendy
you copy
music? What's the most
everything.
trendy music in Ghana?
We copy Nigerians. The legend
Yes.
Fela Kuti, even
Came
him,
to
he
Ghana
came to
to
Ghana
learn what-
to
Bob
learn his
Marley.
English.
Bob Marley did not
Wicked.
start reggae in
Wicked.
Jamaica.
Listen,
Bob Marley
oh
started
my
reggae
God.
in
my
the
God. I
soca
can't even
environment
believe
in
that you're
Haiti.
saying this right now.
So it's normal. We
Hold
explore.
on. First of all,
But let's go back to the topic at hand,
What's
which
the
is
topic?
us merging,
Oh,
right?
okay.
Okay,
Let's
so
bring
let
that
me
back.
say
Let's
something.
like
Let me
pull
say
it back.
something.
Let's
Let's
pull it
pull
back
it
to
back.
back.
Listen,
Okay.
as a Nigerian,
Okay.
Nigerian individuals, the people
Okay.
are great. I love you guys. One of my best friends is
your
Nigerian. Shout out to
compliments.
Ola. I love you guys.
And they're
But
like the
hold
most
on,
intelligent
hold on.
people ever.
Intelligent. But as a country and what you guys deal with, we're good love and joy.
Enjoy.
We don't need, we don't want to
Definitely,
merge with
Charlie.
you guys.
Definitely.
We do not
Charlie.
want
Who
to
says we want it?
Look,
I don't
I
want
just-
it.
I
Ice
wanna
Prince,
make
I don't
something
want
clear.
it either. I don't know why you do, but I don't want
it.
I want
I
to
do.
make
I
a couple
definitely
of
do.
things clear. Nigerians are amazing people, intelligent people, but as Charlie said, and also it's important that Africa in general should unite and work together for the betterment of Africa.
But we don't need
I
to
agree
merge.
with that.
We don't
For
need to
example,
merge.
we should have the same currency in all of Africa.
Nope.
When you think about it, United States of America, it's kind of like all of Africa. If we
That's
all
wrong.
had the same currency, it would definitely make our money more valuable instead of making most of the African money shit. You know, I agree with those things, but it doesn't mean that we need to merge as a country.
We don't need to
No.
merge.
We
I
don't
agree
need to
with
merge.
that. We don't need to merge. The only
I
thing
like the
I
idea.
think, the only thing I think we need as a Nigerian or as an African, I think the only thing we need is a universal passport for all African 54 countries, because I cannot be a Nigerian and then I travel, I want to go to South Africa and then I have to need a visa. And then I'm given a limited time to stay in South Africa, of which if I stay an extra hour, I will have a 5-year ban. That is disgusting.
But you
Yeah.
know why that is though? Because when you guys go to Nigeria, when you guys travel from Nigeria to South Africa and to other great countries, whatever, you don't want to go back.
It's not a Nigerian thing.
You don't wanna
It's
go
an
back.
African thing.
Because
It's a global thing.
It's over
At least we
200
got a
million.
visa. We don't walk
Everybody's an
across the
immigrant.
border.
Because it is over 200 million Nigerians, and there are not enough jobs in Nigeria. There are not enough homes.
Too
There are a
much
lot of
baggage.
issues in Nigeria, a lot of
Yeah.
baggage. In Ghana, we don't want it. Like Charlie said, we're good love. We're cousins. We're gonna keep
don't
being
want it
cousins.
either. I wasn't asking.
You know
I
how
don't
when
want
you're
to
growing up,
match.
you know how when you're growing up, you go to your cousin's house to sleep over.
then you
That's
come
how we're
back.
gonna keep it. We're gonna go to Nigeria. We're gonna sleep over. We're gonna hang out. We're
I
gonna
don't-
party
I
in
don't
the best
wanna
night,
match.
right back, and we
I don't
gonna come
wanna
right
match.
back.
Are you
home.
guys
wanna
owning your
match.
Ghanaian issues that you have?
Oh,
There's
yeah,
Ghanaian
we are.
issues.
I just admitted
You're
about
going
our
in. There's a
Duso.
lot more issues going on in Ghana.
I definitely
Did
just
you guys
talked
not
about
just
our
sell
Duso.
your land to USA to build a base?
Tell them.
And do you know what's going to happen to you when you act wrong a little bit? Do you know what that's about? Do you really even know that? Are you guys not selling all of your gold things to the Chinese? And the Chinese, not all over Ghana, are Ghanaians not suffering from mercury poisoning because there's no regulation?
we sold-
How many ambulances do you have in Ghana?
Okay,
Let's talk about that.
we have
For
11.
all those people in Ghana, let's be
You
real.
are giving up your privacy. First of all, for you to allow America to come and build its
so we
base.
sold that land.
Okay, hold
We-
on. Let me
hold on.
correct that. She
We
made a
sold-
lot of false statements, number
Really,
one, and I'm
like-
very disappointed
Yeah,
because
we
I
gotta
know
go,
you're
we gotta
highly
go.
educated
Yes.
on Africa. So number one, we did not sell our land to the U.S. Navy.
So
The
what did
U.S.
you
Navy
do?
has been
All
based
right.
in Africa
Let's
since the
go.
1980s.
But now
our
they have
current
no
president,
official-
We gotta
no,
go.
our
Okay.
current president has agreed that now they should pay us because they've been there for
But it's
free.
like
All right, so
selling
we
the
gotta go.
land,
not
right?
selling
We gotta
the
go.
land.
It's selling
Number
the
one.
land.
We're
It's
gonna move
selling
to
the
the
land.
next
You have to-
topic. We sold our land, but we didn't
Yes.
sell our
Okay.
dignity.
Okay.
All right, let's go to the
Davido.
next.
Yes, you did.
Wait, all right, so
So
Yazzie.
the next topic is our guy Davido finally acquired his private jet, his own OBO private jet, and he's the first and the youngest Nigerian to ever do so. I think Davido deserves a round of applause
For
for that.
what?
You guys know I always keep it 100. I mean, for him to be the youngest Nigerian, we know Nigerians are very successful, very rich. Davido's what, 23 years old?
Right.
To acquire a private jet, it's a big deal. The jet brand new is $27 million. Used would be $15 million. That's a lot of money that I don't have, that I've never seen in my lifetime yet. It's coming, it's coming.
Speaking.
So I definitely think he deserves a round of applause for this. You
Well,
know,
I think he
he
does.
set
A round
a
of
standard.
applause?
Yeah,
Well,
it's
I
a
think
big
I
he
deal.
didn't get a round of applause growing up in Fadama. I worked so hard, sold ice water, and bought my first BMX bicycle.
That's your
I was
story.
the first. Hold on, I was the first young boy to get a bicycle.
So let's give you a round of applause
Nobody
for that.
gave me a round of applause.
You're getting a round of applause
Okay,
now.
are you happy now?
Okay, so with that being said, I
Yeah.
think Davido very hardworking, very
Right.
hardworking.
He deserves it.
You know, pushes through with his frog voice, very talented.
Really?
No, but he does.
Let me throw a little wrench in it though, but I heard he doesn't own it. That it's owned by a couple of people. That's what I heard. I don't know if it's true.
Wait,
but
but-
hold on.
this is a Snapple fact that there's a couple of what do you call those back end partners,
yeah.
silent partners. He didn't buy it by himself, but I don't know if this is true.
But does it really
word
matter
on the
right
street.
now?
You know
what
what,
does that mean,
Glitterati?
though?
You know what, Glitterati? I was going to get to that. Y'all know
Okay.
Yazzie was going to get to the
With
Davido.
the
Madam, give me 100.
Okay.
Y'all already
go ahead.
know.
All right, so what
Spill
happened?
out, spill out.
I did my research, and Davido is only worth $17 million.
Oh, wait a
So,
minute.
if you're worth only $17 million, how do you acquire a jet that is used $14 million?
By selling your body parts.
Oh, wait a minute.
allegedly. I don't know. I'm just saying.
I don't know.
But you guys should understand something about business.
That his dad is a billionaire, and
No,
daddy
yeah,
might have
his
put
dad
the
is
bill.
a billionaire, and you should understand something about business, about personality. Dr. Dre doesn't own Beats by Dre, right? But he's the face. 50 Cent doesn't own Power, but he's the face. So Davido, you don't expect Davido to count a whole 27, whatever you call it, to buy a private jet for himself. Davido is a brand, he's an ambassador for so many companies, so many people, so many individuals, so many underground powers. So when it comes to stuff like this, you don't expect him to use all his money to buy. Definitely there'll be sponsors, definitely there'll be co-owners. Even the CEO of Rock Nation is not the only owner of Rock Nation.
I mean,
So
you
he's
know
doing
what?
good.
I figured that he probably didn't buy the jet by himself because it's not financially possible.
Right.
Maybe his dad bought it for him. Maybe he does have other partners. That I don't know. But either way, it makes sense. Because can Davido be on the jet 24/7 a year by himself? No, he doesn't fly every day. So it's kind of like,
And
you know,
aviation fuel and parking, you pay for parking. You know when you have a private jet,
it
you
costs
pay
$4
for
million.
parking.
It costs
Every day.
It costs $4 million to maintain the jet that he has. It's a 10-seater jet, and it costs $4 million to maintain it a year. He definitely, not that he can't afford it. It wouldn't even be smart on his end to spend that much money maintaining it. So it makes sense. It's kind of like when people get together to buy timeshare and houses and stuff. A group of people, a group of friends, we timeshare because we all can't be in the house 24/7, right? We all can't go to vacation in Mexico every day. So
Right.
4 or 5 people own the house, and everybody takes turns.
But why does
so
a
that's probably what
young
he
man
did.
like Davido need a private jet? Like,
Because
I just
he's
want to
a-
know.
Oh, you want to chime in
Yeah,
first?
let me
You
show
chime
you
in
why.
and I'll go in.
First of all, Davido is very busy. Davido has been booked till 2019. Chai! see
I know a
life.
photographer that's
So-
going to go to 2022.
Others, they have $50 photo shoot. So Davido, what I'm talking about Davido is that when it comes to, there are cases where artists are booked, they are paid upfront, and because they don't make it to the venue, they lose the money, they lose their integrity, they lose a lot. So a private jet is necessary for somebody like Davido, for flying around Africa and around the world, so that he doesn't have to wait for due process.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
that
why-
makes sense.
why-
But
can
I
you-
think one thing about Davido is that he does things to break the internet.
Yeah.
I feel like everything is a show. Like
everybody
when he
does
bought
that.
everybody iPhone X's, right? When he bought, like, you know, he
The
does when he
Porsche.
gets the assurance thing with Choma
Yeah.
and she making the song about her. He does things because you know what? He knows that it's always a race when you come to the music business, right? So the people that are going to stay ahead of people that are relevant in the news. So he's doing things to break the internet because I felt like this was like a stunt to break the internet.
Which is good. To me, it's futuristic. You have to stay relevant as an artist. These days, it's more than just your music. Good music is everywhere.
Yes.
They need to talk about you constantly and consistently so that people will need your content.
All right, Davido, congratulations.
We
All
will
right,
take
we're gonna,
Maybe one day I'll get to ride in Davido's
I'm sure
bag.
you will.
I'm sure.
I'm sure
And
he's
Chioma,
gonna fly
and
you out.
Chioma will, oh no,
You
Chioma
don't
will be
want to go
cooking
to
for me.
Nigeria,
Chioma will
though.
make money.
Chioma will be cooking for you.
Why? I could go on the jet and interview him. What's
My
wrong
people,
with that?
let's
And
move on
come
before we get
on.
into
Yazzie,
trouble.
Not like that. Oh my God.
Yazzie,
He's 23
Yazzie.
years old.
Hashtag
Really?
cooking
Okay,
for
Yazzie,
Yazzie.
if Davido
23
and
years
Whiskey
old.
both have a private jet and they both invite you, which would you go for first?
Invite me for what? If it's for business?
For an
what do you-
interview or for
an
anything?
interview?
Davido or Whiskey, choose one. Choose
I'm
one.
sorry.
They're both our stars. They're both the stars of
She can
Africa.
choose.
She
so,
can choose.
you know.
Let's go.
You
What's
guys
the-
know I'm the queen of the Star
Follow,
Boy
follow.
Entertainment.
Hey.
Of course, I'm gonna go with Wizkid, but I love Davido too. They're both great
Talking
artists.
about breaking the internet, Simba, American Instagram vixen, has opened a brand new strip club in Lagos.
Ooh.
Lekki. Brand new.
Lagos of all places.
In Lagos.
Okay.
She's American, Caribbean descent. She broke the internet with her looks. She was walking down Victoria Island just stopping traffic
On bikini.
on bikini.
Wow.
So who is she and what does she do?
She's a adult entertainer.
Stripper.
That is the PC term. She's an adult.
Stripper.
She's an adult entertainer, so she makes money all over the world, traveling all over the world. People fly her all over to
Okay, so
entertain.
she is a working prostitute. She flies all over
She's
the
a working
world.
girl.
She's a flies all over the world
Working girl.
to dance in sexy outfits and also sometimes to have sex with men. And she gets paid very, very good money for it. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. If you're gonna be a hoe, you might as well get paid for being a hoe. It's the smartest thing that you could do
Walking
than to have sex for free.
I don't know none
You
about
have
that
to
fact.
empower that.
I don't
No,
know if
it's
she,
true.
I don't know if she
Some
has
of
sex
the-
with people. This is what I know about
yeah.
her.
Well, I'm gonna go what I've read on the internet. That's what I've read on the internet, that she goes to Ghana,
Did you
Nigeria.
check to double check to see if they're facts?
Well, I
there
don't
is a
know, but it's
post- there
what's
is a
about
post-
on the internet
The
about
first time
her.
she went to Nigeria, she actually posted a video and she said that anybody that wants to sleep with her should bring $100,000. That's all you need to bring, and above to get under.
But Glitz, okay, so what is your issue with her building the strip club?
It's not an issue. I'm kind of like, it's empowering to see a
Yes.
woman leave like America and be able to own property and open a business for other women to
In
work in.
Lagos.
Because they fly women from all over the world to come and work in Lagos. I'm kind of interested because, some Lagos girls are working there, but it's women from all over the world are working in the strip club.
Is it not the same Nigeria that the economy is bad? People are complaining they can't have 3
Yeah,
square
but
meters.
men have
So people are
needs.
throwing
There's
money
but
into
men
the
have
club
needs.
now.
There's
But
big
men
boys.
have needs.
There's big boys, and they are flocking to that strip club. It
Men-
is packed.
Yeah.
Literally.
Well, listen, I am not mad at her. I really actually like this girl because you know why? Because what you see is what you get.
Absolutely.
I came in contact with her. I saw a couple of videos. She was hanging out with D Black in Ghana, booty everywhere, thighs everywhere, face looking very, very strong, as you guys can see. But I do like her because, she's not shy. She's telling you, this is what I do.
Absolutely.
It's either you
Upfront.
respect it or you don't. I'll take her than other girls that be doing it underground. You know what I mean? They're getting all these gifts from this big man, but then when you tell them, they're telling you God is blessing me.
Yeah, like
and I'm
God-
worried very,
yeah,
very
Sig
hard.
Mig.
Like-
Small
Very,
girl,
very hard.
big God. That's the hashtag. Hashtag small girl, big,
Big
God.
God.
Now,
Like-
wow.
And big thigh.
Like the actresses that are getting paid $5,000 only for a movie. You're only filming 3 movies a month at $15,000, and in a month you've opened up 5 businesses.
Buying a
You
brand
have
new
$1 million
Porsche.
house in Cantonment.
Right.
You have $1 million house in East Legon. it's clearly not possible through the $15,000 you're
And
making a
meanwhile,
month.
the movies are going straight to DVDs, and nobody uses DVDs anymore.
No, you did not
Hello?
say
Well,
straight
but
to
I just told you how they make their money.
Prostitution.
I guess.
And,
No,
and that's the
small girl, big
Big
God.
gods.
Oh.
Small girl,
Oh, that's the term.
big God.
big God. Hey,
small
Charlie,
girl,
then my God that
big
I'm
God.
serving, he no be big God. And I'm like, what's up? You know?
No, but
You
I like
find
her.
out.
I like
what
her.
what I like about this is it's not that I personally wouldn't choose this frame of work for myself. I wouldn't encourage it neither. But I do feel that if you're a woman and you're sexy, and especially if you like sleeping around, you're better off getting paid for it than not getting paid for it. So
Right.
I really like she's intelligent. Not only is she using her body to make money, but as you said, now she's creating a platform for other women to do
So
it.
then, what do you say when girls are doing it because they actually enjoy the sex? So are you
But
calling them
shouldn't
stupid?
Yeah, that's really stupid. You shouldn't be sleeping with several
No, but
different
it's
guys
their
for
choice.
free.
Wait,
I
they're
think it's
doing it
choice.
because they
I think
love the
sexual
sex.
fluidity is choice. I think that you can be sexually fluid. It's
Yes.
up to you. I think that the reason that a lot of stuff happens, like nefarious things happen, because there's no freedom. So when you have freedom to do what you want to do, then there's less of what doesn't happen, right?
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah.
I
Oh my
guess.
goodness.
Yeah,
It's
but
getting
she's
hot.
getting her coins. So
Yes,
I
get
mean,
her coins, honey.
I never hate on another, especially black woman, getting her coins.
Yes.
The only thing that bothers me is she's, in my eyes, she's not the prettiest, and I'm just wondering why a man would pay $100,000 to sleep with her.
Because
like, I just
men
don't,
will
I
have
just don't
sex
get
with-
that.
Because
That's-
men will
yeah, I
have
think
sex
she's
with
pretty. I
anything
think
that
she's
is
beautiful.
wet and round and bloop.
Agreed.
They will.
They
Okay.
will.
But in person, she is stunning. I will tell you that. Her sex appeal is stunning.
It is?
Like she is.
So she's
her
beautiful in the face?
She is beautiful. Like I would say that. I know go throw compliments if I don't.
My
But she
sister.
is stunning in person.
Because
So-
her pictures, her face is very strong.
But
Like
you
if
have to
someone
see
told
her
me
in
she was a
person.
tranny, I would believe it. I've never
to
met
see
her in
her in
person.
person,
come
no,
on.
not that at
Are
all.
you
So if you were a
serious?
man, if you were a guy,
Uh-huh.
would you pay $100,000 to do that?
To do that?
To sleep with her?
Of course.
Then-
I mean, if I had
Hey,
it,
is that what?
if I had the money, yes. What's the
$100,000. Do you know what that is in Nigerian currency?
If I have it to throw around, I would spend it.
35.5 million
I
for Nunu.
only have one
That's a
issue.
tall
I
drink of
only
water.
have one issue with this. I only have one issue with this, and that one issue is that if she was an African girl, the media would not be praising her like we're doing now. That's the only
Okay,
issue
I
that I
see-
have
I
with
do
this.
see that. I
That
do
if
see
she
that.
was Ghanaian, if she was Nigerian, if she was just African, period.
Right.
It's the fact that. And that's the problem with Africans, including myself. I'm not even going to exclude
Enamored
myself.
with Western
We love
culture.
everything foreign. We love everything that is not from us.
Including
and that is
vagina.
the big, that is the big, there are African girls that are way prettier than, I'm not
Are
saying
you
that she's
telling
not
me?
good, that are way prettier than this
100
woman.
times
And they
prettier.
wouldn't even pay them $1,000 to have sex with
They
them.
will rape them, rather.
You know what I
Ah,
mean? But
don't even
because
bring
she's
that
not
up.
from there, and that's something that as a continent we have to work on. Because there are other beautiful girls in Africa, and if they did this, we would shame them. We would all be so, oh,
All
that's
right.
embarrassing. Your parents
Yeah,
sent
but
you
now
to
we
school
glorify
here.
her.
Simba, if you're watching, come on the show. Okay,
Yes,
let's talk.
you
Let's
should.
talk.
You should be
She
sitting
will.
right
Come on the
here.
show.
She will
and
come.
let's
All
have a
right.
conversation
We'll
with
bring
All
her.
right, so
Diane.
Kimani, what do we have next?
The next is a little bit sensitive because this leads to that. At least this is a mature girl who's doing what she wants at her time.
Yes.
The next is about one Chio Ukpa, who was the head of programs in Linda Ikeji TV, and he has recently been accused of raping a popular girl called Emilia Samuels when she was 16 years old.
16.
Yeah, she was an aspiring model at that age. So she went for an audition for what they call Spice Girls on Sound TV, and she made it to the top 3.
Hey.
And you know when you make it to the top 3, a lot of things happen.
You're
They
gonna be
bring
on
you to
top.
private offices and tell you a lot of things. So Tio Ukpa was one of the heads then. He was like a boss. So he always invited her for auditions and other things, catwalks and all that. Walk to the front, walk to the back, let me see your back, stuff like that. And the next thing,
Yes.
he took advantage of her. He raped her, infected her with some STDs, and continued raping and raping and raping.
Okay,
I have a couple
we have
of questions. Number
we have
one.
questions.
Charlie, love me.
Go
I got questions.
All right, one,
No, I got 3 questions. Number 1, when did he rape? When did the first rape occur?
when she was 16 years old.
How long ago?
How old is she now?
Right now she's in her 20s. She's married with 2 kids now. She's a mature lady now.
Okay, so it was a while ago.
But she's not the only person coming out. A lot of younger girls have been coming out to say this man has molested them and molested them, but the voice is not big enough. But right now she has a big voice, so she decided to tell her story.
So what is he doing? What is
And
he
even
saying?
Linda Ikeji
been
just
fired.
Linda Ikeji just fired him now. Linda Ikeji just released a statement. Yazi, can you read for me? I didn't finish school.
Oh, sure. Let me use my FIT education to read this.
Oh my goodness.
Statement from Miss Linda Ikeji. I personally wanted to let everyone know that Theo Ukpa, who was head of programs at Linda Ikeji TV, is no longer a staff of the company. His job with my company was terminated on Monday, August 27th, just the day after I read the heartbreaking story of Emilia Samuel. The general public is therefore advised not to transact any business with him in the name of Linda Ikeji TV, as anyone who does it does so at his or her own risk. Thank you, Linda.
All right, so Linda, if you're watching this, it's not good enough for me. I'm sorry. If somebody in your company rapes somebody, the solution is not just to fire them.
But that's what they do
Call
in
the
the
cops.
Western world.
No. I need more than that.
Oh,
so now
okay.
investigate. Is this
That's
true?
the first
What
step.
are the facts? Linda Ikeji needs to get on this because I feel like what she is doing is
Running away from it.
running away from the issue. I'm firing you. Now Linda Ikeji still goes on. That is not good enough for me, boo-boo, because it's still on your watch. This happened while he was working there. Something needs to happen. I need more than this firing this guy.
I'm sorry, 16-year-old African girl is quite bright, being 16 in Africa is a little different from being 16 in America. Like, let's all be honest.
What's the difference?
The difference is that at 8 years old in Ghana, I used to babysit. I used to be left home alone with my little cousins and my little nephews. Like, I'll be the oldest person in the house all day sometimes, changing diapers and all that. We all know that. A 16-year-old girl in Africa, you're cooking, you're everything. Like, you have more common sense than a 16-year-old girl in
That
America.
doesn't
In
mean
America,
you
you
know
have
how
to-
that doesn't mean you
Okay,
know how to
okay.
subdue a man.
What I'm
If a
saying-
man wants to rape you, he can still rape
Okay,
you.
I'm not saying that he did not rape her. I wasn't there. But my issue is why she waits this long to come out with it. Because she wanted to be famous. Hold on a second. Because she wanted to be famous.
She already is.
Because she was top 3 in a contest. And he told her, yeah, if you tell anybody I'm going to take you out of the contest, you're not going to win. So you have the decision to either, at 16 years old, go and tell your parents, tell your mother, tell somebody. She chose not to tell anybody because she wanted to be famous that bad. I mean, we all, yeah.
I disagree.
Yeah.
I think this is a problem with rape culture is that we as women start to negate and push women down because of, I think when you are ready to talk about it, you're ready to talk about it. When you're traumatized to that level where your virginity, her virginity was taken, it's a totally different level of how do you report that? How do you tell somebody?
So you stand back and you let this man rape you over and over again and you go back
But
and you stay there for you to get left alone with this man?
Let's be really serious about this.
No, I'm being really serious because I grew up in Africa.
But let me finish my point, Yazzie. The point about it is that we know that men in Africa are always believed and entitled more so than women. Let's be real clear about that.
Agreed.
So her coming out and saying that she had gotten raped, who would believe her over this man who has produced several movies in Nigeria, who has power, who has money, who
But
has
the
influence?
point is not who's gonna believe you. The point is you won't get raped again. If you don't like getting raped, you get yourself out of that situation, period. It doesn't matter who's gonna believe you. Any mother, if she went home and told her mother, her father, her brother, her sister, this man is raping me, I don't care about this contest, I don't wanna win this contest, I'm tired of being raped over and over, who's gonna send her back there at 16 years old? Nobody would send her back there.
First of all, I just want to thank you for your opinion and your comments because I've been trying to say the same thing here over and over again. Yazzie, in the perfect world, what you're saying makes sense.
Yeah.
But now let's come
Only
to
in the movie.
in the perfect world, that makes sense. Now let's come to reality.
Yes.
Let's come to an African household.
How about that?
Do you understand what I'm saying? They will blame you. Why did you go there? Why were you wearing
Okay,
that?
I'm not saying that all of those things will happen, but the point is you won't get raped again and again and again.
Listen,
It's
it's
not
not
easy
easy.
because when they rape,
It's
not
not.
only they rape you, they will put fear in you.
He
You
even
cannot
was, he
tell
was even
anybody.
blackmailing her. Do you know he actually, because she
on.
was a model, remember? So they made her take some nude photos privately, and then he always used that against her, that he was going to reveal that to social media and put her out there, and he actually used that to put her down, and she was blackmailed for a while. At the age of 16, as a Nigerian or an African young girl, there are still so many things you don't know. That you know how to cook and babysit doesn't make you mature.
Yeah.
You understand? There's something
Yes.
called fear. They know how to instill fear in you. That's the first thing they'll put in. They'll instill fear in you. She even said the first day it happened, before she got home, he had already called her mom and told her mom that she had a gig in London and he was going to take her to London. So the mom was
They'll
excited.
promise you the
Even the mom
world.
put fear on her that make sure you do everything that is right. Make sure this guy takes you to
That
where
is
you want to
horrible.
go. You understand? Because she was not able to say anything. All she
Yeah.
did was to cry in privacy of her bed.
Yeah.
And that was the only situation.
That
We've
is
heard cases like this.
horrible.
It's about support
We've
system.
heard-
It's how supportive. Like honestly, even me growing up with my mom, there's certain things I couldn't tell her. I wasn't comfortable with talking to her about that because she would judge me and
Yes.
she would say things that would make me stop. So
And beat
you
you.
have to be real
They're not
and
even
beat
talking
the
about no
hell
sex
out of me.
education.
So you got to think about how do I feel comfortable? Because they do put the fear of God in you.
Yes.
Point blank, period. Until you get old enough and know better. And you know what happens even here in the U.S.? How many priests have raped people now they're in their 40s? They're coming out there and saying, he raped me 100 times. Why didn't they talk when they were younger? It's all about power. It's power. Power dynamics
Again, I agree with every single thing that you guys are saying. I'm not saying that you guys are wrong in any situation or not. It's not even about a but. I get it. At the same time, I remember me when I was 16 years old, and if that would have happened to me, I wouldn't have kept going back there. I probably, if I couldn't speak to anyone about it, I would have killed myself and keep going back to get raped. That's just me being honest. Like, I'm not gonna stand back and let somebody keep harming me and hurting me over and over. And you are right, it is a problem in the African community. A lot of stress is put on, especially African females when they're growing up. The young girls, like, you have to make money for your household. Her mom probably wanted her to be a superstar, thinking it's gonna solve the whole family's issue. But is it right? No, it's not right. But at the same time, for me, when you go back and you allow somebody to rape you over and over and over again, I mean, I don't know.
I mean, we just can't.
Especially at 16, and if she's, from what you guys are saying, if he was traveling with her, this means that this went on for a period of time, maybe even years. You know, from what you guys are saying.
The thing about it is that with the rape cult, like, you can't negate the way that this man had this power over her. It's just, it's the power dynamic.
I think that's what she's not seeing, but
and also you have self-efficacy in you.
Yeah.
That's good. You know, like, you are able to, like, you know, to stand up and think about, oh, let me do something different. Let me not go where I'm going. But when you're not brought up like that, and you brought up with a strict kind of background like that, like, for real, my mother scared me that I didn't even want to have sex with guys for so long in my life. Like, I was so scared.
If they touch you, you get pregnant.
I'm not gonna spread my tea like that, but it's literally just about you. Some people are able to take that stand because the way you're brought up, or who you're around, or maybe you are just like more learner. You're researching more, knowing more. But you know what I'm saying. But when you're at some point, when you're in this space, what do? It's either you get down with it or you get in trouble for it. Yeah. So what do you do then, right?
So what needs to happen to that guy that did that to her?
They need to throw him underneath the jail and put rocks on top of it.
I disagree with that. I always think that rapists and pedophiles should either be killed or castrated.
I like that.
Because
I agree with that.
It's the only solution for it, because what you have to realize is when a grown-ass man finds a 16-year-old girl attractive, it's mental. It's you can never treat it. Right. You know, it's the same way how I might look at Colin Kaepernick and find him attractive. It's the same mentality. So therefore he's sick. And research shows that anyone that has raped or molested little kids, 70% of the time when they come out, it's done again.
Absolutely.
Wait, you said Colin Kaepernick, you find him attractive, and that's a mental case? That doesn't make sense.
No.
It's not the same thing.
You're right. That's a disconnect. That doesn't mean it's not the same thing. Sure. But that's what I'm trying to show, is that it's normal for me to look at Kaepernick and find him attractive. We're in the same age range. We're both adults. But when a man that's like over 35 looks at like anyone below 25, even at that.
No.
Come on. Okay, maybe
35, 25? Really?
Okay. Let's use 18.
Under 18.
Let's say under 18.
Under 18.
You know what I mean? Like, that's sickening. That's sickening. So if you're a man and you're 35 and you find a 15-year-old girl attractive, that's sickening. That's a mental. You cannot be cured for that. Research shows that 70% of them, when they come out of jail, they commit the crime again.
And again.
So why are we not castrating them or straight killing them? If there's evidence of it, if there's fact of it, if other young women come out to say the same man did the same thing, castrate him.
But you know why? Because crime against women is not taken as seriously as crime against men.
That's not the only reason. Another reason, and I'm going to say this right in the camera, another reason because of it is because most of the politicians and the judges that are trial in this case, they are child molesters too.
How about
they also like very, very young women. So if they make that crime something where you're getting killed or castrated, they know it might be their turn one day. They know it might be the turn of one of your friends. This is real life. Like, even in America, this is real-ish.
Absolutely.
It's a fact.
Absolutely.
It's a fact. Men love very, very young-looking women, and it's a problem.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
all right,
castrate him.
So let's throw it to the viewers. I want to know from them, though, what do you guys think about these topics? This was really, really heated. Glitterati, you did your thing, girl.
Yes, girl. You brought all the
She nailed it.
Yes,
I'm
and guess
excited.
what? She will be back. So tune in next time right here. You're watching MinaTV, and this is the APA show. Bye.
See you guys later.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Thanks for watching. And if you liked this episode, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. See you next time.